Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we just have a quick little haul video. I purchased some new crafty goodies that I had had in my shopping cart for quite some time, and I decided that I would go ahead and get them and film a quick little haul video. So first things first, I did go ahead and get things organized how I organize things, as far as swatches and in packaging that matches and fits in my containers and all of that jazz. So some of these things are unboxed, but I haven't done anything more than just get them organized how I organize. So first things first, we're going to start off with this stencil set that I bought. This, I believe, was designed by Christina Werner. And I saw her use this. First off, I love chevrons. I don't know why, but that is a pattern that I really, really like. And I think Christina Werner designed this particular stencil set for Simon Says Stamp. And one of the videos I saw, she was using it with a Christmas tree, like snowflake stamp set that she had designed for Simon Says Stamp also. I have that particular stamp set, but I just really like chevron, and I think this is a very versatile set. You have very large chevrons. These are 6x6 stencils. There are 4 stencils in this set, and they make just a beautiful pattern. I encourage you to check out Christina Werner's website, where she actually, her YouTube channel, where she actually uses this. I haven't used it yet, obviously. I'm just kind of unboxing it, but this gives you an idea of what it would look like. I don't know if you can see that through there. But anyway, I am looking forward to using that. Like I said, I really enjoy stencils, and particularly the chevron pattern. I think it's a very gender neutral pattern that you can dress up for any holiday whatsoever. Like I said, she used it for Christmas, but you could use it for anything. Birthdays, anniversaries, just because, thinking of you, what have you, and it can be for any gender once you change the color palette to suit. So that is that one. The next thing is this Build-A-Garden Daffodil Delight from Altenew. This is a stamp and a stencil, and it came with this blending brush. So Build-A-Garden is their newest subscription and newest bundle, I guess you could say. And like with all of their stamp sets, they always come with an insert. And this one comes with an insert not only for the stamp set, but for the stencils. And it shows you just how you would layer your coloring stencils, and then what your end result would be. I really appreciate these. Sometimes it's difficult for me to kind of visualize because it's in pieces. And so I really appreciate packaging, that Altenew's packaging, that it is so thorough. It is so thorough. They even give you the colors that they're using. They give you little guidelines to show you where to line things up. I just really appreciate that. And then of course they always come with cards that you are already pre-made that you could cut apart. I very rarely, I don't think I've ever done that. I probably should, because they're beautiful, but I kind of have an issue with cutting apart my packaging. I don't know. Sometimes I cut like the label off the bottom just so that I can fit it in my containers, my storage containers better. But sometimes I just get a lot of inspiration from these, and so I hesitate to cut them apart. It also has the guide for the stencils and how to layer those. But it is more in detail on this particular part of the packaging. So that is the Build-A-Garden Daffodil. My mom's favorite flowers are daffodils, and so I planned on, for Mother's Day, making her some sort of card set with those, with this particular set, and so that will be in a future video. But for now, that is the Build-A-Garden Daffodil Delight from Altenew. This is also from Altenew. This is the Gracious Peonies. This is their stamp, stencil, and die. Again, has that wonderful packaging, and I did purchase the die as well as the stencils. And let me just show you it does come with a coordinating die for this large floral here. And a lot of these sentiments are wonderful. Thinking of you, a lot of like basic ones, but also ones that you can build. And actually, I really like the sentiments here. My heart is still smiling. You have a beautiful heart. Hello there to the fabulous Leo. Like, that would be great for Mother's Day. Where life plants you bloom with grace. I mean, just wonderful sentiments and thoughtful sentiments in these all two sets. So the Gracious Peony, again, comes with inspiration cards. And then the layering stencil has more information on how to actually layer it. So this is the stencil layering guide that comes in the Alta New packaging with the stencil, and another inspirational like piece that you could take away and use. You could cut that out, or like me, I just like to keep it there for inspiration. If I know I haven't used a particular set in a while, sometimes I pull out that stamp set, and if it's like Alta New, I pull out the packaging so that I can see what they have in there and get some inspiration from there. So it does have a stamp, a stencil, and a coordinating die. And I did purchase all of those just because I have a problem. No, really, I purchased both because I enjoy having the option. I enjoy having the option that if I just want to stamp and color this, or watercolor, or use my alcohol markers, or whatever, I can do that. But if I need something quick, or if I'm going to be mass producing, it is much quicker to have the option to use the stencils. So I have all of those in this particular set also. And then something that I had in my shopping cart for a long time, and it was just out of stock for the longest time. It was wildly popular. It was the Pink Fresh Studio Jeff Alpha Dies. I have taken these out of their packaging because our postal carrier like demolished my packaging. So I had to improvise and put it in my own, but just a really I love this detail etching that it gives in there. That part doesn't die cut, it just embosses. And it is just a really awesome, and the sizes, oh goodness, we have these Japanese beetles all over Texas right now, and they love my craft room, and I despise them. Anyways, and that's how I take care of them. I flick the fire out of them. Anyway, I had been wanting this for a long time, and it finally came back in stock, and I decided to go ahead and make the plunge. It is an expensive set, but it is a very versatile set also, and so I look forward to being able to use this. This would be good for, I think how I'm going to use this is probably on Father's Day cards and Father's Day card kits for my Etsy shop. A lot of people have done them in like a gold metallic cardstock, and that looks really nice. I really like that. So you'll be seeing this in future videos and card kit making videos. The next thing is the new Distress Oxide ink color from Tim Holtz. This is Lost Shadow. This really reminds me of Simon Says Stamp Fog. I know that a lot of crafters use that as their kind of very neutral gray, soft gray to give interest to the background but not distract from their focal point. This really reminds me of that. And so it's a very nice neutral, and for a minute I wasn't going to buy it, but then it looked a lot like that Fog, and I don't have re-inkers for that Fog ink, and I have the small ink pads. The only large size ink pads I have are the Distress Oxides and the Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated. Those are the only ones that I actually have the large sizes in, just because I have a limited amount of space. And so I did purchase this and its coordinating re-inker. I don't use a whole lot of regular Distress inks. I really prefer the Distress Oxides. I feel like I have more options as far as techniques I can do with them, as well as stamping. And so I tend to gravitate toward the Distress Oxides. In fact, I don't have any of the Distress inks, regular Distress inks anymore. I donated those to a friend. So this is that, and this is the ink swatch for it. Like I said, it looks kind of cool in the video, but it is a very neutral gray. And so I think it'll be a good one to have in my stash to help give me an option besides that Simon Says Damp Fog. So there's that, and it's re-inker. And then another thing that had been in my cart for a long time, I don't know if you've watched any of my other haul videos, but I don't have Copic markers anymore. I gave all of those to my daughter. She is really into art, and I gave all of those to her. And what I have been collecting are the artist markers. And the reason why, there's a couple, but the main one is because I know these colors are meant to blend. And the other reason is because they match my inks that I have from this company. And so that to me is a huge win, a huge time saver, and I prefer them over Copics for those reasons. This may not be for everybody, but this is just what I do, and this is what I prefer to spend my money on. So this is the set K. I have all of them now, and this is the newest one that came out. They come in this little box. It does have this little plastic pull-out. I store these differently. I don't store them in this box, but you absolutely could. The box is beautiful, and the illustrations on it are really pretty. They do have like so this is the Beach Garden set, and it tells you what colors are in there and what name they are and lightest to darkest order. These markers come with a brush and a bullet nib. That is another plus for me. And designed in the US, so assembled in China, but designed in the US, so that's good. And this is how I have started to actually organize these. So I take a little like price tag sticker, and I use a 1/2-inch circle punch, and I put that on there, and then I color it with the coordinating marker, and then I put initials on here to let me know that this is Gentleman's Gray. This is the lightest marker. So Gentleman's Gray 1. So for me, that is GG1. This has Golden Sunset, Gentleman's Gray, and Sea Breeze in here. And I just label them like that, and use a black pen and a white gel pen. And that seems to be working well for me. I'm sorry, but I don't understand that. Like, I think that's toner gray actually, but like C024, like that doesn't make any sense to my mind. Maybe somebody can explain that to me better, but to me that doesn't make any sense. And so I just do this because that makes sense. That lets me know that this is part of this particular set. And usually when I'm using these markers, I am trying to blend something. And so knowing that this is part of this particular set, this Golden Sunset, and it's the darkest marker, that helps me. And then I also have used my label maker to put this on there, Golden Sunset number 4. And I've done that with all of these, and just kind of labeled them that way. Their grays, their neutrals make sense on how they label them, but the rest of them don't to me. And like I said, if somebody understands how they're labeling those, please let me know. But it doesn't seem to match like how Copics label their markers, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So if you understand them, let me know. So there is that. And I will end up taking these out of this box and putting them into my alcohol marker storage container that I have. So there are those. Really pretty colors. I appreciate a gray, and blue is my favorite color, so I really like that. And then orange is its complement. So, you know, this is a good set for me, particularly when I want to do something that's a little different, and have colors, you know, get color inspiration that isn't just red flowers, red and pink flowers and green leaves. This is a good one to have. Plus, I love blue. Never have enough blues. So there's that one. And then last but not least are these new inks from Altenew. They came out with this line a couple months ago now. It'll probably be a lot longer by the time I post this video, but these are their fresh dye inks. They are supposed to have like a better coverage on them, like a better like one coat coverage. I'll be honest with you, they're water-based, highly saturated, and uniform coverage is what they say on the packaging that they come in. And these are their fresh dye inks. I'll be honest with you, I don't really see any difference between these and the others. They're crisp dye inks. I really don't see any difference. Maybe maybe it's my climate, or maybe it's the stamp I was using. Like I said, I haven't played with these very much other than getting like swatches and stuff ready. But I just don't see any difference in coverage or like consistency. That may just be user error on my part, but I really don't see any difference. But they're still the beautiful colors, and I like the packaging. I'm grateful that they come in mini ink cubes because, like I've said before, I don't have unlimited crafty space. And so, but I do have a problem that I want all of the things and all of the colors. And so this is really good for me that they have the mini ink cubes. But I did go ahead and swatch them. And like I said, just really pretty colors. I really like this. These are almost on like the periwinkle side. The further down you go, particularly this one, this Alpine Aster, that almost looks very periwinkle to me. But this is a beautiful blue gradient, and I am excited to actually get to use this. And then I love minty colors. My husband knows this. He probably is over the whole minty thing that I have going on, but I really like the minty colors. So this is Silver Sage, which okay, so I clean my stamps every time I do a different color. So this is what it was the first time I stamped it. And I thought my stamp was clean, but it was not. And so this is what it was the second time I stamped it. And it still looks absolutely nothing like the packaging. And what's printed on the cube. So I am sure that it is extremely difficult to get these to match perfect. You're working with completely different mediums and compositions of materials. I am sure it is incredibly difficult. And that's why I like to have swatches, because it gives me a true color on how I stamp, how I ink blend, how I color. It gives me a true color match for how I craft. So, like I said, this one was tinted kind of red. So I did stamp it again, but again, it doesn't match. It doesn't match, people. That's okay though. But like this jade and this eucalyptus and this fern, delicious. Like those are beautiful. I love that. So again, like they don't necessarily coordinate. Maybe it's the paper I'm using that, but like they say they have better coverage. And to me, this is no different stamping than when I stamp with their crisp dye inks as opposed to these new fresh dye inks. It could just be me. It could just be me. I'm just trying to be honest with you and transparent. So this is the, which line is this? So I have the Woodland Escape is this one. And that's the pink sand, the dusty rose, toasted mauve, and redwood. Those are beautiful too. Those are like very earthy terracotta colors. Those are beautiful. And then there is the frosted foliage. That's this one. And even if you look here, the silver sage and the silver sage, like this looks more blue here than green. And mine looks almost gray when I stamp it out. So again, I really encourage you to get your creative juices flowing with a new product, swatch it. Swatch it. It's helpful. It was very tedious when I first started to swatch things because I had a decent amount of crafty stuff that I was trying to swatch. And so it did take a couple days to actually swatch everything out the first time. But now as I get things, I swatch it. And that kind of helps me get my creative juices going. But again, those look nothing alike. Nothing alike. Absolutely not alike at all. Let me try to find the other packaging. I throw it away because I don't keep them in this particular packaging. So let me rummage. Well, y'all, I can't find it. Oh, yes, I can. Here it is. Blue Mountain. Blue Mountains is this one. So Blue Mountains, and then the frosted foliage. And the, oh y'all, this is a disaster, Woodland Escape. Woo! So, Woodland Escape, Blue Mountain, Frosted Foliage. So that is all for me. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you found something that maybe you want to give a try or you feel inspired about. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you next time.